Hello, subscribers and others. You're about to see a clip from a film I made back in 1997 on aggressive rollerblading. I'm David Hoffman, filmmaker. Aggressive rollerblading. It was a big deal back then. I think there were 22 million pairs of skates sold in 1997. Everything looked going up. Mostly young guys, some girls, but mostly young guys, and not the big football player guys, but smaller guys who could do this crazy sport. LA was one of the centers, New York the other center. In LA, Arlo Eisenberg was one of the real stars, one of the founders, one of the leaders of this new sport. He was an outspoken, aggressive, physically small, powerful guy, and he and a guy named Brooke Howard Smith, a big, tall New Zealander, also an aggressive rollerblader, founded Senate, this clothing company, which had these ultra-wide pants, not my favorite, but they were really outrageous. I got to make this documentary in 1997 because a wealthy investor in Silicon Valley had a son who was an aggressive rollerblader and also wanted to be a movie maker. So the guy says to me, could you make a movie on these guys? I met some of the rollerbladers and they were really, I thought, good guys. Okay, they were totally focused on this sport. Nothing new there. I mean, skiers were focused on skiing and skateboarders were focused on skateboarding. So I thought I could make a movie on these guys. They were interesting and colorful. And Senate at that moment was doing outrageous stuff. There's a label, you're going to hear the story of that Arlo Eisenberg created, which exploded in the world. And it gives a sense of the attitude. The attitude was, we're tough. And that was part of the style. When it's over, I'll tell you more about what happened to Senate, what happened to the sport, and what happened to me as a result of this movie.
The fact is, if people want to do anything in this industry, hell yes, they have to listen to us. They have to answer to us, is a better way of putting it.
Senate means something. It's the reason why Senate does well in the marketplace, because you either like it or you hate it.
The Southern California clothing company is causing all kinds of controversy tonight. They slipped in a slogan on their clothes that reads, "Destroy all girls."
So here's what all the excitement's about.
Senate clothing designer Arlo Eisenberg shows us where to find the slogan, "Destroy all girls."
Extremely angry. I just wanted to go and pull everything off the wall immediately.
It takes a little bit of chemical imbalance to jump on rails and do some of the things that we do. But I don't think that any rollerblader is going to go out and destroy a girl or kill anyone as a result of one of these things.
Hi, I'm Brooke Howard Smith, and although a lot of my friends thought I was really silly leaving law school and coming here to California to skate, often I beg to differ with them. Sometimes I think, gosh, I have it good.
Yeah, and the bottom line is, I mean, if you're bringing in the babes, then you're doing something right. And they're here, so celebrity, not a celebrity, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, who gives a shit? The girls are here. Don't show this to my mom.
Little kids like, Brooke, you want to have a piece of paper too? No, it's all right. Can you sign a piece of paper?
Well, yeah, she's got her bra signed. You want a piece of paper?
You want to sign that? Will you show me your piercing?
Let's see that piercing. For sure. Cover me up. Don't look, Todd.
Oh, hell yeah. Children these days, let me tell you. My Arlo.
Arlo has a Prince Albert, right?
Is this like, are you like going to give me, is this a dirty joke?
No, I'm
What's
not
a
kidding.
Prince Albert?
You don't know what a Prince Albert is?
I swear when I was in high school there was like, Prince Albert and
What do you think about body piercing?
Arlo doesn't have anything pierced. Does he?
Senate was never started out to make money. We never started it as a business. We just wanted to make a difference. When we started, it was just, we wanted to make certain stuff for inline skating, and everyone else said, you guys are crazy, we'll never make money at it, we can't do it. So we decided, you know what, scrap all our little money together and said, we're gonna make it.
Then when you dump it over, that's the only way you can really get the wheels out. The first thing that hits your hand is the tester.
The fragrance has to have that same look to it.
Give me your hand.
So it all fits together.
That'll work.
It also has to state clearly that it's cologne. Not so they think it's like burying the loop.
This is a campaign that Arlo has designed for the last year. Its primary purpose is to educate kids. What we want to happen is that when a kid sees him at the competition, A, they know he's on Senate, B, they recognize him, and C, they want to be a part of him, to be a part of Matt Mance. They want his autograph, they want to buy the Matt Mance wheels.
In the beginning, Senate was created, I think, or I know, in my image. I wanted it to be an extension of me and to get some things off my chest. But now, I think Senate is more a reflection of Randy.
When we found Randy, he was skating at the local high school next to BK's house. And we looked at him like, this kid's incredible. But we didn't know his personality yet, but he was just a nice kid. We started hanging out with him and everything, and he developed to be an incredible skater.
How does it feel to be a pro athlete today?
Good.
Can you describe the feeling?
Good.
With Randy.
Yeah, Randy!
More words than good and happy?
He was
yeah, Randy! Tell me that.
Randy! Awesome. We couldn't stop cheering. I know. And then they like Randy overtime. You're going crazy because he's so awesome.
You're blushing, Randy.
Really
you never looked quite like this before on television. Talk to me.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, he makes a lot more money than most adults. But it's because he's highly marketable. This is the kind of image that a lot of big companies want to have.
When it's a smaller wallet, how do those look?
Looking good.
They fit okay?
But the length? Too long, too short?
Nope, just perfect. You don't want them too long or too short, because if you wear them short, it looks like swimming trunks, and too long, they look like pants.
The crotch, if you're doing tricks, I know like with oversized pants, they drop a lot anyway, but are they fine?
Crotches.
So they fit okay,
Enough
huh?
of your boxers are showing?
Gotta have your underwear showing.
We wanted, obviously the reason we have the name Senate is because we wanted a name that sounded powerful, but also that was corrupt. And we thought that this, embodied that, expressed it perfectly. And also we wanted the color of money. My feeling and my philosophy is that art is its own justification. I don't care what anyone's rules are.
If it's the law, it's
That's what I'm telling you. If the law
Hear me
doesn't
out.
mean anything, if the law is bullshit, then I'm not going to adhere to it.
Give me one example of company.
How did we get here?
Okay.
How did we have America? There's always got to be people that challenge thought and the way things are.
I agree. And
Times are
there ways
changing
to
right
do it.
now, Tony, and it's happening, and it always has to happen through youth.
And if you make a conscious decision to go forward, and we get sued and lose the company, but then you did it, and you did it with the knowledge that that could happen. And I want to ask our attorneys tonight. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I got to deal with a bunch of bullshit.
I loved rollerblading. And I knew if I loved it that much, just a kid in Texas, I didn't know who else in the world was doing it, but I knew if I could love it that much, that it was inevitable that it was going to be the hugest thing in the world.
Don't forget to visit K2 in booth 420.
These girls advertise Speed Skate Lou, and that's what they're trying to do, is advertise Speed Skate Lou and get the people familiar with lubricating their bearings. 50% of the women are skaters.
But this show is for guys.
The show is for guys, but the women love this too because we do it tastefully for the women too, and the women enjoy it as much as the guys.
I want to get spot. I'm going to talk to Steve Luke right now. Hang out with Ryan.
All right. Here?
Yeah. What are all y'all names?
Tina.
I'm Ryan. Where are you from?
This is Ryan.
California, Orange County.
Orange County. I'm from New York City. And you're Ashley?
Ryan.
Angela.
Angela.
Close.
And you are?
Dawn.
Dawn.
Ryan's
And you are Karen. I'm Ryan.
Ryan's a
from
street
New York.
skater.
Ah.
Hot skater.
Right on, Ryan.
Hot
He's going to be our new speed skate.
When do we get to come watch you?
He's going to ride for us.
Wheaties. Okay, so you're the King Daddy Dog skater guy, huh?
One of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the whole thing.
Everyone smile for a picture.
We're all in it.
So what happened to Senate? For a while it boomed and then it died. I think Senate got bought by one of the big clothing companies and there's still a little brand Senate. What happened to Arlo? Well, I think he's too old to skate, but he's a designer and a successful designer, still designing all kinds of advertising and other kinds of stuff. Brooke Howard Smith returned to New Zealand and he became a TV star. He now has a bunch of startups, coffee and other stuff, quite successful, as is Arlo. What happened to the film? Well, the film runs in New York City and it gets a kind of a big positioning at a very arty theater in New York, and all the skaters come. They're the only people who come. It doesn't get any audience beyond the skaters. In fact, when I entered it in the Sundance Film Festival, the leader sends me an email and she says, look, we're never going to run this film. Don't again make a film about stupid boys. I think that's kind of sad. In some ways they sounded stupid, yeah. But in other ways they were good kids doing a good thing, I thought, trying something, and a lot of them became successful. It's All Good today is kind of an underground classic in the skater world, but it never got on TV. It never got in the theater past a couple of screenings. Today, I can run clips like this for you folks on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy my perspective on it. If you'd like to hear more, you can search Aggressive Rollerblading on my YouTube channel, and you'll find lots of clips from the movie. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.